what would you take from college? And if anything, what would you change about being at Colorado State University?
See, man, I wouldn't change nothing, man. Well, I would change the situation of us going through, 4 different head coaches or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Defense teams changing and stuff. Outside of that, bro, I had amazing. Well, it's another thing I would change. I would have enjoyed Colorado a little bit more. You know me, bro. Y'all hit me up. I was at the crib, bro. Y'all couldn't get me to come outside. I was there for one thing and one thing only, and that was business. But I kind of missed the nature of what Colorado bring, being outside, going to the mountains. I didn't hike. I didn't go tubing. I didn't go on the lake while y'all boys is doing that. Y'all hit me up. I'm like, man, I'm good, man. I'm chilling. But
Bro, we remember.
yeah, I didn't party. I didn't do. I wanted parties here and there, but I kind of missed that aspect of it. But other than that, man, I met great people. I had a good time. It made me a better person.
Yeah.
I go back every year. I'm very respected there when I go. I left a good impact on not only the university, but around the elementary school.
Welcome back. This is a Pro Life Podcast. This is episode 8. I'm sitting here with Steve-O Michael.
Yo, what up? What up? What up, man?
Now, look, you want me to tell people you from Orlando, Florida? You want me to tell you from Fort Lauderdale?
Man, you can tell them I'm from Orlando. I'm cool with that, bro.
From the O?
Yeah.
Okay. Now a lot of y'all people don't know. I've been knowing Steve-O. How long has it been now? What?
We probably I've been out of school about 6 years. You came in when I was like a junior, so we about 9 years strong.
8 in, man. 8 in, yeah, man. Steve-O was one of the first guys I met when I got on Colorado State's campus, man. One of the coolest guys I met. Back then, he was locked up. He had dreads and the whole nine. And he was a big guy. He was a big guy walking around. Chest man. Man, so tell me, how did you get? No, I don't want to know how you got to Colorado State. I want to know how you got to Orlando from Fort Lauderdale.
Well, my grandma, after my dad passed away, my grandma moved up to Orlando. My mama followed because my grandma was like our backbone. My mom had like 4 kids at the time, and she used to help and support. So my mom just moved down to Orlando, and that's how I ended up in Orlando, and I've been here ever since. So,
what school did you go down to in Orlando? I know they was green and orange like you.
Orange Green, Jones High School, man.
Jones High School.
One of the oldest historical black schools that's still around, man.
What, just in general or in Florida?
In general, yeah, and just in general, bro.
Jones High.
Yeah, man. Right there off Rio Grande, OBT area. Kind of like pretty much in inner city.
Okay. Now, what'd you play at Jones High? Because when I met you, was playing linebacker.
Yeah, Jones, I was a running back. I played running back for quite a few times. And on third downs, I was pass rushing, kind of like how I did at Colorado State. And then I ended up getting an offer from Colorado State at the time.
Where all did you have offers coming out?
I had FAU, Colorado State, Savannah, Georgia. Georgia Tech was interested in me playing fullback, but then I got hurt, so they took it away. Syracuse was looking at me heavy. They was looking at 4 or 5 of us at the time.
Some good schools right there.
Couple of D1 AA's and stuff, man. But I ended up getting the thing was my last year to get all the big time offers. They was looking at my last year, but I got hurt. I missed 6 games, so everybody kind of backed off.
Yeah, Colorado State stay headstrong, man.
Yeah. Hey, I was supposed to be there, bro. That's all that is, man. I prayed for the Most High to show me where I need to go, and He just did that, man. Colorado State stuck. I mean, I didn't like it at the time because it's far away from home.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little bit of pepper and a lot of salt. You know what I'm saying? It was different. I came from all black area to now I'm going to, all Caucasian high college area and everything. So it's a little culture shock. It's sunny here, it's snowy there, But
Was, was Colorado the first time you ever seen snow?
yeah, man. First time I've been on a plane, first time I seen snow, first time I've been 2, 3, 4 miles outside where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? So that was a big change, bro.
Bruh.
Change, bro.
Bruh, I could imagine, bro. I mean, well, I came from Louisville, Kentucky, so it was definitely a big change from there as well. But man, coming from just the sunny, everyday, tropical,
Yeah,
to the mountains.
bro. After my first semester, I ain't no red shirt, and obviously after my first semester, I went home. I told my high school coach, I said, I ain't going back, bro. He's like, what you mean you ain't going back? I said, nah, that ain't for me. Then he was like, well, so what? You gonna sit up here in the hood? What are you gonna do? And then, he talked some sense to me. He was like, man, give it another shot. Then when I went up there, I kind of like, you know what? When I went home, after I talked to my coach a couple weeks later, being at home, I'm like, man, I'm ready to go back to school, man, because it's the same old stuff, same old people, same old problem, same old everybody at the stand still, not doing nothing. So I'm like, I need to go back. So it made me appreciate it, bro.
Man, so what? Okay, that's a good question, man. That's a good segue. So what did you appreciate about Fort Collins and Colorado State University?
Man, what I appreciate the most was just the brotherhood with my guys and the way I was able to see life in a different light versus seeing light from being in the hood, seeing life from being in the hood. Now I was able to see life from a college athlete around prestige people.
Yeah.
Made me up my game up. So when I got home, I looked at home a little different, bro. I'm like, man, you know what? Why do we think like this? Why do we do the things that we do? Why are we settling for less?
Yeah.
So then my coaches and players that's from Colorado going to their houses and people that helped us out and the relationships that I met along the way, going to their houses and seeing how they think and they do the things that they do. I'm like, man, well, it kind of stuck, man. Change is good, man. It changed me as an overall person. I never wore the suit and tie, man, until we start traveling. Now I wear suits and ties. It just changed me as an individual, man, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And even where I'm from, talking to my family and stuff, they still kind of stuck in that mindset. And just because I went out and seen more, I'm like, no, it's better out here, man.
You don't even think like that no more.
No, bro. I'm like, y'all trapped, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trapped no more, man. I know everything that I put my hands on, grow everything I think about, I achieve. You know what I'm saying? Back then, where I'm from, people don't see it like that. It's either, you already know, Clyburn, it's either dope or go to jail.
Yep.
And I know, like, it's more to that out there, man.
Yeah, man. It definitely is. And going out to Colorado will show you completely different because just the environment, two, the type of person that's out there that you just run into on a daily basis. Everybody's in a good mood.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's willing to speak to you. Everybody's willing to help you.
Back at the crib, you look at somebody, they're looking at you like, what's up? Like, you trying to fight? You trying to rob me or something suspicious going on, man? Colorado, you walk up, everybody, hey, how you doing? How's your day? They're like, they knew you from Adam and Eve. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and that's cool. That was the first thing and I had to open up to that, walk around and tell, hey, how you doing? How you doing? First, when people was doing it, I'm looking at them like, y'all good? Y'all don't even know me.
Yeah, why are you speaking to me for?
It got me out of my element, man. Now, I know how to conduct myself around prestige people that's doing well, people that's that's high up in life. I know how to conduct myself versus and also I became all in all, I became versatile, bro. I can hang with the fellas, and I can go over there throwing that suit and tie and conduct myself in a great fashion and great manner,
Yeah, man. Man, one thing I really, really admired about you, bro, and this is something that probably not a lot of people know, but if they do know you and they know you for a while, of course they would know. But you was a father in college.
Mm-hmm.
Now, tell me the challenges that brought, and how'd you meet those, and how'd you beat those circumstances, man?
Man,
I wouldn't say circumstances, but how did you face that challenge?
so, bro, my father passed away when I was 4, man.
Yeah,
God bless the day, he committed suicide. So I
yeah,
miss every aspect about what a father was like. So, your situation can either hinder you or make you a better person, and I always was like, if I ever have a kid, I'm no matter what, I'm gonna provide, no matter what, I'm gonna try to be around it, no matter what he or she or whatever the case is, what my father did, I felt was kind of selfish. And he had his own issues, obviously, but I'm like, it's kind of selfish because it left me out here with no example. So
yeah,
everything I'm doing on the fly, I'm learning from my mistakes on. And we all make mistakes no matter what if we have great people around, but the mistakes that I could have avoided, I was making often because of him not being around. So when I had my daughter, I'm like, man, I was nervous. I was scared
yeah,
what I'm gonna do. And I'm way in Colorado, and you know how it is being in college. You out 6 months out the year, then go home. Another 6 months, then go home. So I was missing that time, but I made that time up with FaceTime. I made that time up with every break that we got. I was able to go home. And then another challenge was with her mom. You know what I'm saying? She's an awesome mother, good person, but it's just the challenge of being away as well, and also the challenge of not having enough finances at the time because you college, you a poor college student just trying to make it. Everybody think we got this type of money when we really don't.
we ain't getting the stipend like the SEC
But
school.
I knew one thing you can never take away is memories and being there. So, the last 4 or 5 months of my time at Colorado State, I was able to bring her up, man. And you saw her; she was at the games, hanging out.
Yeah,
You, Shout out to Colorado State and the coaching staff. They looked out for me. The NCAA said, "Yeah, I can bring her, and it's okay for the coaches' wives to watch her." So she was front row seat. You heard her out there, that.
man.
We doing interviews, and that was the best time of my life, man. That made me realize what does that mean. And now she's 8, and to this day she still talk about that. Daddy, you remember when I went to Colorado State with you? That's memories you can never take away, right? And I don't have any memories with my father, bro. I can't tell you nothing. I just can't, and that sucks. But that won't happen on this side, man. That situation making me a better father, and also gratefully so. People talk great about my father, so at the same time, I'm still learning from him, even though he's not here. Man,
Yeah,
act just like your daddy, man. Your daddy was like that. Your daddy make sure the house was good. He provided. He went to work. Everything was done. We ain't have to worry about nothing. And so I'm like, you know what? Even though he passed away, I'm still learning from him in a sense. I take the good from the bad as well. There's always good in bad situations, and I'm like, I go around and ask my grandma how my dad was, man, and he's like, look, man, you a split image of your dad. I'm like, okay,
mm.
but the apple don't fall too far from the tree. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was a challenge, man. Any student athlete will tell you, the kid in college is rough, but hey, man, life is rough.
Life is rough, man.
Gotta figure it out, man. You gotta face that adversity in the face. And that was one that I was like, you know what? No matter what. And I could have stayed in Colorado after college.
Yeah,
But I'm like, nah, man, I gotta go be a father. That's the most important thing. So
yeah, man. So, okay, we gonna be in Florida in a second, but tell me, uh, what would you take from college, and if anything, what would you change about being at Colorado State University?
see, man, I wouldn't change nothing, man. Well, I would change the situation of us going through, 4 different head coaches or whatever the case is,
Yeah,
deep teams changing and stuff. Outside of that, bro, I had amazing. Well, it's another thing I would change. I would have enjoyed Colorado a little bit more. You know me, bro. Y'all hit me up. I was at the crib, bro. Y'all couldn't get me to come outside. I was there for one thing and one thing only, and that was business. But I kind of missed the nature of what Colorado bring, being outside, going to the mountains. I didn't hike. I didn't go tubing. I
yeah,
didn't go on the lake while y'all boys was doing that. Y'all hit me up. I'm like, man, I'm good, man. I'm hanging. I'm chilling, but
bro, we remember.
yeah, I didn't party. I didn't do. I wanted parties here and there, but I kind of missed that aspect of it. But other than that, man, I met great people. I had a good time. It made me a better person. I
Yeah.
go back every year. I'm very respected there when I go. I left a good impact on not only the university, around the elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, just going out there speaking and telling them my testimony and my story and stuff. So, man, I had an amazing time. There's people that I can still hit up to this day. People I still talk to this day as
Yeah,
well.
man. I swear, bro. Still to this day, people I
Yeah.
still reach out to from CSU,
Yeah.
man. All right, so tell me, what was your mindset when you got back down to Florida, man? You got back in Orlando, you fresh off of college graduation.
Right, man, bro. Everybody dream. I'm trying to get to the league.
Ah,
I,
chasing.
I spent about a year and some change just chasing, bro. And I'm like, man, reality hit. Like, you ain't gonna get it, bro. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta provide. And I had a chance to go CFL, AFL, but it's like, man, again, I'm gonna be away again. And then let's say I get cut, I'm gonna be stuck back in the same situation again, man. So I'm like, you know what? I gotta find something to do. I
Yeah.
got And I was still speaking and doing my thing. I was working at the Boys and Girls Club a little bit, and that's the avenue I like to take. But then my mentor, he told me about being a firefighter when I was in 10th grade, and I hit him up about that again.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm currently a firefighter, and shout out to him and being a good mentor. I took that route, and that's the best thing I could have done, man. And I look at it as I was depressed, bro. I went back into my troubled neighborhood where I was from, and I was living there while with a college degree, bro. Only person in my neighborhood with a college degree, bro.
And
And
you pressed.
and I'm like, I ain't supposed to be here, bro. They told me go to school and everything was gonna be good when I get a degree and everything,
Yep.
and show that, bro. My hard work was like, man. And then everybody in your family asking you, dang, when you going to the league? What's
Ooh.
how it is, bro? And I'm like, I'm afraid to tell them that it ain't gonna happen, bro. I'm letting my family down and my
You feel
mom.
like you feel like you let everybody down.
Yeah, my 7 siblings depending on me. They're like, my brother gonna do it, and I came to realization. Well, I've been came to realization, but it was hard for me to tell them. And then,
Hard for you to say it. Hard
yeah,
for
and
you,
at some point, I told them, I'm like, look, man, it ain't happening, man. I got to find another route. My other route, I think I want to be a fireman. So I took that route, and that's the best decision I could have made, bro.
yeah.
Yeah. So
What's some things as a firefighter that what's not some things that you've learned, but some things that you've gained?
I gained, man, just definitely being a public servant. You a public servant at in college because you just the face of the university, but as a fireman, man, people look at you as a hero. They look at you as a problem solver. When you go inside somebody's crib, when you go inside somebody's house on their worst day, they expecting you to hocus pocus and everything that's going on is good.
Mm,
I actually worked in the neighborhood I was from, so automatically when I got on scene, they thinking Steve here, we good.
yeah.
Then sometimes you gotta come to a realization. You gotta be able to tell the family like, I'm sorry, they're not gonna make it. And they looking at you like, what do you mean? This is what you do. You can make it happen. I'm like, I can, but some things are out of my control. But that's you are a true public servant. And when you talk about a hero, obviously not every hero wear capes. Not every hero wear capes, and that's a big thing in the fire department, man. You're a walking hero, man, and you got to carry it with pride, integrity, and with honor. You know what I'm saying? So
And how does that make you feel? Like you walking back into the neighborhood, you getting around your peers again, you getting around their sons, their nieces, their nephews, their daughters. How does that make you feel?
man, like I said before, man, I used to be the kid that your parents tell you stay away from. Now I'm the kid your parents like you need to be like him. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to be like him, man. It feel good, man. Just doing something different than out the norm of what my neighborhood is used to doing is, selling drugs, getting felonies and stuff like that, man. Now it's giving them hope. it's all about being an example. It's being an example to my community, example to my family. Because how can you believe that you can do it if nobody else ever did it? So that's hard to believe. You telling me that I could be a president, but I ain't never seen a president that looked like me. But
Yeah.
now I have. Of course I can do it.
Yeah.
You telling me, man, y'all can make it out. Y'all can make it out. Y'all can do it. And we like, man, nobody never made it out of here, man. How we gonna do that? So now that you got an example, there's no more excuses.
And do you still work in that same neighborhood?
Well, I got promoted.
I
got promoted to another inner city neighborhood, which they intertwine together. It's the same thing. It's just on the other side of town, but I know people there. My daughter's mother actually live on that side of town, so I know a lot of people around Orlando. So,
oh man, so whenever you ride around, they see the fire truck, they see Steve-O.
pretty much, bro. I be sometimes my mom shit. People text me, I just saw your truck. You on there? I'm like, nah, man, I'm at home.
But even stuff that gotta be great to feel.
Man, it's an awesome feeling. It's funny that you brought that up because somebody on Instagram literally just texted me. It was like, bro, you're a real life hero. And,
from the Steve-O I know, man.
Yeah.
Just from the Steve-O I know being cool, man. All the talks we have, bro. Just literally, man. Everything that you're doing right now is lining up.
Yeah, bro.
And how you kind of presented yourself, especially to the young guys. Like when we showed up, how you presented yourself, like, okay, man, that's Steve, man.
Man, it's nothing but the Most High, bro. The Most High and me doing my part.
Okay, so what's some things that you had to really do to put into your routine to kind of give you that determination? Because like you said, you came home, you were trying to go to the league, you got in that bubble where you was kind of depressed. You really trying to figure it out if you really wanted to be a firefighter, if you really didn't want to do it. So what are some of the things, or what are the tools that you equip yourself with to really just stay determined?
So, man, I flipped that switch, man. That switch that when I was sleeping on the floor back in the days with 8 kids, with a single parent mother, and I made it to college. You know what I'm saying? I stuck my chest out. I put my nose down and kept chopping wood, bro. I'm like, it at some point, you know, my celebration, kick the door down. At some point,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, at some point, I'm gonna get what I deserve, bro. I just got to keep knocking, and my back been against the wall before when I just only counted on myself, and it is a mental battle with myself. It wasn't nothing that nobody else can do to get me out of that hole but myself. I had to count on myself. I had to believe in myself, and when I was depressed, I was like, you know what? It's time to make it happen. You've been here before, Steve-O. Tighten up, man. Get up out of that. Get up out that hole. So
man.
I started reaching out to people that I know, and that's our problem as humans, is that we don't use our resources well because we don't want to feel less than or less of. You know what I'm saying? And you need people, bro. You can't fight this fight alone. You know, and for me to get to where I was at in Colorado State, somebody had to get me there. Mentors and mentees. My mentors I met, but I just reached out to people that I knew and was like, look, man, I want to do this. I want to do that. What's the right direction? They gave me the direction. They gave me the blueprint, and I just went ahead and just sealed the deal. That's all it is. But I just had to turn on that mental aspect, and I had to turn on that spiritual aspect within myself and the Most High, knowing that He's not gonna put me through anything that I can't bear. You know what I'm saying? I'm a survivor. He put me in this situation for a reason because I can do it.
Yeah, every time.
He already knew that he ain't gonna put no mountain in front of me that I can't move. He ain't gonna put me in a situation like that. So I'm like, if I can make it past my father committing suicide, making it past coming out my troubled neighborhood, making it past not being able to read and write until I got in high school, making it past, you know, a single parent mother, and I'm like, man, bro, it ain't, man, that can't touch me. I'm like, this situation can't touch me, bro. You know, so I just had to turn that. That's what I call turn that switch on, man. I tell my wife that you got to go through something that, so when you go through a similar situation or you're back against the wall, you know when to turn that switch on.
Yeah, every time.
Every time, bro. So now it's just like, bro, I'm unstoppable. I know at some point I'm gonna get what I deserve. It might not be now. It might not be 5 years from now. It might not be 6, but it's gonna happen.
It's
You know,
gonna happen. It got to. You got
that, that's just from going through stuff. You know, if you ain't been through nothing, you're gonna tap out.
every time.
Bro, I'm like a mosquito, bro. I'm coming. You can keep hitting me off. I'm coming right back. You thought I was gone, you know what I'm saying? So
Hey man. So what? So now tell me, how long have you been a firefighter?
I've been a firefighter about 4 years.
4 years
Four
now.
years going on 5.
4 years going on 5. Now tell me this. What's next?
Man, I'm just moving up in the ranks. Right now, you know, like I told you before, I promoted to engineer. On the truck, you got a lieutenant, you got an engineer, you got 2 backwards fire. When you first start, you backwards, and then you can promote to engineer and lieutenant. So right now I'm the engineer. I'm like the captain of the ship. I drive the truck and I pump water. That's my truck. I get us to where we need to go, set up a lot of things. Whatever case is, the lieutenant, that's the boss. At some point, bro, I want to be a lieutenant because I want to run things the way I want to be. I want to run it, man. I'm a natural leader, and I want to be able to. And I influence from the engineer position, but you can have even more influence as a lieutenant.
Yeah.
Things that I want to do as a lieutenant, like go to our local high schools, go to our local libraries, read to the kids and stuff. Some people don't want to do that. They're like, nah, man. But if I'm the captain of that ship, that's what we gonna do.
Yeah. And I gotta do that. I have to do that.
You know what I'm saying? That's
Hometown in my neighborhood, I have to do that.
yeah, that's mandatory. But then one day ultimately, before I retire, I want to be a chief. You know, I want to work on a book after this wedding because I've been deep down on that, man. I want to go ahead and start writing this book. Um, Trying to get into. It's funny that you asked too. My wife asked, "Hey, man, when you gonna start your open up your little recreational center and start processing that? Are you gonna have girls and boys or whatever?" And I'm like, I haven't thought that far yet because you know we've been tied into our life stuff. Getting
Ooh, hey, look, man. Hey, Steve, I'm ready for that.
yeah,
What you said? I'm on her side. I'm ready to see what that looks like, man.
yeah. And so we're gonna get there, bro. We're gonna get there. Just taking it day by day, step at a time, you know. So
Yeah, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Look, so check this out. I think top 10 CSU teammates I done had. Top 10.
who me?
Top 10. Top
Dang, man, I appreciate that, man. That's
10 gang. Top 10 gang. This from just the game that you gave me when I came in, the friendship. I mean, really just watching you and your story is very inspirational. If people know you, then they like you can feel it when you get around. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I think it's dope to see, man. You know, I'm always watching, man. And you still a workout warrior, so
yeah, that ain't going nowhere, man. And honestly, bro, that's my safe haven. That's my stress reliever, man. I get in there and I could work on myself. You know, I'm always doing stuff for people, which is I love to do. I'm a firefighter. I'm a father. About to be a husband. I'm a fiance. So that requires you doing stuff for other people. So I get up at 4 a.m. You see me all the time. That's time to work on myself mentally, physically, emotionally. That's where I get my thoughts together. Where it's just all about Steve-O.
yep,
You know,
yep.
that ain't going nowhere, bro.
You tell me going nowhere on this end either, man. That's the same thing I use it for, man.
Yeah, man.
Gotta get up and get to it, man. Gotta get up and get to it. Look, we had a great show. Dang, that was a real good one. I didn't even feel like time was passing for real.
Man.
Um, but we gotta do this again, man. I gotta start calling you more, man, because
Yeah, bro.
it was a breath of fresh air for me, man. I'm telling
Bro, man, you know you got my phone, man. I ain't never too good, never too busy. If you text me, I don't get to you, I'm gonna hit you back, bro.
you.
I'm
Yeah,
never too good. You were always a little homie when you came in, bro. You was hungry. You still hungry. Look at you,
yeah.
get
Still going. Man.
you was eager to learn. Not only it was soul ties, bro. You got to be able to tie with somebody to be
Yep.
able to feed their spirit. You had good spirits, and our spirits tied together, bro. So it was real good, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
It's been another great episode of a Pro Life Podcast, man. This is episode 8. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. See y'all next week, man. Devin, Daddy loves you, baby.
Yeah, man.
Man, I appreciate you.
Solid dude, bro. I appreciate you, homie.
You know it.
Yeah.